and kilt ensemble at the Met Gala. Well, back to football. He also made some heads turn when he spoke to GQ. The new Cleveland Browns said, quote, "I'm probably the happiest I've ever been in my life." He also said he wants to turn the Browns into the new Patriots. And then he praised his new teammate and quarterback, Baker Mayfield, saying, quote, "He's Brett Favre. He's going to be a Hall of Famer." Lots to say. Shannon, do you like all of that talk from Odell?
No, because it was just over the top. Skip, it's okay to acknowledge that there are expectations. And I'm super excited about being in Cleveland, my new home. And I'm here to try to help the Browns meet and exceed those expectations. But once you say anything Patriots related, everybody else is going to tune you out. Because we had never, in the 100-year history, this is the 100-year anniversary of the NFL, we have never seen anything like this. We will never, maybe 100 years from now, but none of us that's listening to this conversation, watching this show, will be around for that.
Yep.
Skip, no. Why you just can't say, you know what? My job is to just help the Patriots win our division and get into the playoffs.
The new Patriots.
The new Browns. Skip, does Odell know the last time the Browns won a playoff game?
Yep.
He was 2. 1994. He was 2 years old. Now he wants to jump all the way. Forget winning a playoff game. He wants to go to the greatest dynasty in NFL history.
Yep.
And then he talk about Baker Mayfield going to be Brett Favre. Does he know Brett Favre only went to 2 Super Bowls? He should have said he gonna be. In order for you to be the Patriots, Baker needs to be Tom Brady.
Yep.
And Freddie Kitchens needs to be Bill Belichick. Now, you can say what you want about Bill Belichick as a head coach before he got Tom Brady, but there was no question of his defensive prowess.
Nope.
He was already thought of as a great defensive mind.
Yep.
Skip, I just thought it was over the top. I got no problem if there are expectations, and clearly there are expectations. I got no problem saying, look, I know what the expectations are, and it's my job, along with everyone else, to meet and exceed those expectations.
Yep.
But when you start talking about Patriots, man, everybody's finna start tuning you out, because ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Sometimes I think Odell is still about 2 years old, just in his approach to how he responds to things, because this was a childlike response. This was obviously Odell trying to talk himself into saying he's very happy out there in Cleveland. Remember when he said, out there, do y'all have any restaurants out there, and good restaurants?
Well, hold on. Skip, you remember when Victor Cruz was on a show similar to ours, he said Odell couldn't wrap his mind around that he had been traded.
Nope.
So how you so happy you can't wrap your mind about being traded, but you happy?
Yeah.
Those don't go together.
No. So he's trying to send a new message back to his old team, the New York Football Giants. Hey, I don't need you anymore. I've got the new Brett Favre. I'm going to be the driving force of the new Patriots. I'm happy out there in Cleveland, right? And deep down, the truth is, the sort of painful truth of this situation is that Odell knows he got dumped by his team, by the New York Football
Dave
team.
Gettleman made that crystal clear every chance he gets.
Yeah. And I think Odell is still reeling from it. I think he's still hurt by it. And he knows he's now being forced to play for the Cleveland Browns. So he's trying to build it up delusionally, to me. And to your point, who is the Belichick in Cleveland? Because Freddie Kitchens obviously coaches offense, although he's never been a coordinator until the back half of last year.
Right.
And now he's a first-time head coach. Who is the new defensive coordinator in Cleveland? It's the guy, Steve Wilkes, who got fired last year in 1 year in Arizona. So he was a one-time, one-year head coach. I thought it was unfair. He should have gotten another shot, but the rest is now history with Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. But the point is, Steve Wilkes, has he ever really been a coordinator? Because
he was in D.C. in Carolina when they went to the Super Bowl.
Okay, but it's Ron Rivera's team, and Ron Rivera is a defensive guy. And to me, when you have a defensive-minded head coach, he's really the coordinator to me.
Well, he's going to have his thumbprint on it.
Okay, but the previous 3 years before that, he's with the Chargers as DB's coach. He was DB's, and Chicago DB coach. So he's never... I don't know if he's really been the coordinator, like hands-off, like it's all yours.
Well, he coordinated defense at Savannah State. That's good enough for me.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So that's good. I will give you that. But that's the guy you're saying is your Bill Belichick, right?
No.
Well, that's kind of how that's the leap you have to make.
No, he's not Bill Belichick.
Okay, so let's put Odell back into perspective here. In the games he started for the Giants, they went 25 and 35. So he didn't exactly change life in New York.
Right.
They played in one playoff game, and we know he boat tripped to South Beach to get ready for the game at Lambeau.
He goofballed that game off.
He goofballed. I love your new expression. I don't know where you got goofballed from. But he goofballed it up by, he had 2 big early drops, one in the back of the end zone. And do you realize his stats in his one playoff game were the worst of his career? 11 targets, 4 catches, 28 yards. And the final score was 38-13. Whew! And now you're trying to sell me that you're the driving force, the new driving force of the new Patriots.
Well,
right?
he better hope Baker Mayfield is not all the way Brett Favre, because there were some interceptions that kept Brett Favre's team from advancing farther than they should have.
Okay.
Because, you know, Brett does lead the NFL in career interceptions.
All right.
I get the gunslinger and the moxie, you know, Brett Favre. Ooh, I get all that.
But hey, if Baker Mayfield turns into Brett Favre, it's pretty great.
If he'll go to the Hall of Fame if he has half a career like Brett Favre.
Okay. All right. There you go. So the final problem to Odell's comment is that the new Patriots in Cleveland ostensibly have to beat the real Patriots in Foxborough because Tom Brady says he's going to play for 3 more years. So Odell says we're going to win championships, plural, in my next 5 years in Cleveland.
He meant Ohio championships. That means beat the Bengals.
Oh, beat the Bengals. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I think they got a shot.
I
think they got a shot. But the real Patriots still have Tom Brady, and they are still, believe it or not, favored in Vegas to win next year's Super Bowl. Okay, so are you going to dethrone them? Because, unfortunately, Cleveland still plays in the same conference as New England, the real New England. So are you going to beat them in the AFC Championship game? I assume it's going to be in Foxborough, and Odell's going to take over the game against Brady's team. I don't know.
Odell, look, do you understand what you're up against? The Browns, once upon a time, used to be good. They're the only team that's named after an owner. You know, Paul Brown, they were good when they had Otto Graham. They were good when they had Jim Brown. The Browns haven't been good in a very, very long time. And when I came into the league, the Browns were not a place people wanted to go. There were certain places, if the coaches say, okay, we're going to ship you to Green Bay, or we're going to ship you to New England, or we're going to ship you to Cleveland, you weren't Indy. You weren't happy about that. How do you go from the New York Giants, you're on television, a stable franchise, obviously, used to be, we thought of, and you go to Cleveland, and you're talking about you the happiest you've ever been.
Just trying to make you believe that he is. He's trying to convince himself he's happy.
Well, that's the only person that he needs to convince, because he can't convince nobody else is that. Now, I would be happy because, like, you know, I'm going to get opportunities. I got a better quarterback. But it's still, Odell, you still have to do it. Meet these expectations. Well, you're 7-8-1 last year. Your goal should be win the division. If you win the division, Skip, you get a home game, you're in the playoffs.
I also love the revisionist history from Odell. He said that the Giants just became not the right fit for me. Was he saying that before he got traded?
Hold on, wait a minute. You can't say after your partner says, I want out, they say, yeah, this is what I've been looking for.
No, we weren't the right fit anyway.
Hold on.
Right?
You were the right. But I tell you what, next year, Skip, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to miss May 5th or May 6th next year because I'm going to be at the Met Gala. I'm putting in my bed early. I'm going to put a call in to Miss Anna Wintour. And I did have me an outfit, an ensemble. I'm going to be very majestic.
Well, then the devil will wear Prada, right?
No, the devil going to wear maybe Arturo.
Shannon, it is hard to get into that place. You feel confident?
Yeah, I feel confident. I feel very confident.
That's Tom Brady's house.
Tom looked great.
He looked great.
I noticed he didn't have that bottom button. Did you notice that too, Skip?
Set a trend.
Yeah, he did set a trend. I tell you what, Tom Ford called Tom Brady on the phone and said, don't you ever do one of that to my garments again.
And Tom Brady said, you know what, I'll do what I want to.
No.
I just won another Super Bowl.
Life is good to be
Tom Ford don't care anything about that. He don't care nothing about that.
Well, Tom Brady doesn't care anything about what Tom Ford
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, yes, he does.
Sorry.
You know what? You're a hater.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm a truth teller.
You ain't no truth teller. But I'll be at the Met Gala.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll be distinguished.
What are you going to wear?
Ain't no telling.
What would you
Great.
wear?
Hey, no.
Theme,
No, I promise I'll be elegant. I'll be,
elegant.
yeah, I'll be Ooh, it's gonna be over the top.
Okay, could you try to get me a ticket?
It ain't gonna be that.
That would be great. Not that.
You know, I kind of like that.
No.
I didn't.
I mean, that's Tom.
He was, by the way, he was encouraged to wear that, and he was a good sport and played along.
Well, look, this is when you take chances, but he's trying to get attention.
If you're small, and Odell is a small man. Tom Brown, you can wear those. You saw. Remember, LeBron them had those suits, the high suit, the high pants suit, and that big man like myself can't. You got to wear something like this, but it'll be nice. It'll be real nice. I might come in that thing like King of Joffrey Joe Fair, King of the Munda, have somebody throwing rose pillars.
I really do actually.
You're going to go in one shade of gray, I think.
I'm trying.
No, I'm not going to no.
Okay, let's get back to this. Did Steph Curry and Kevin Durant cost the Warriors a win last night? Let's get Chris Broussard's thoughts. It's going to help us next.